Hallelujah, Yahweh. Praise YAHWEH. In the name of the Son, the mighty God, YAHWEH, Bet Nun Sofit, YAHWEH. Welcome to Black Gods Yahweh Media. I want to say Shabbat Shalom. And in this particular video, we're going to discuss Stop Asian Hate, why there's Asian hate and violence against them right now, and also the page that you're looking at is Black Gods of Yahweh Media. This particular page, I want my subscribers to go through it, and I want you to go and watch the video that I have here. Coronavirus. Asians say, I'm not a virus, I beg to differ. In this video, I predicted this judgment on the Asian community. And if you watch the video, you'll see why. I said, if you want to join the so-called white man and white supremacy in attacking Yahweh's chosen people, there would be retribution for that. This is over a year old before the rise of the Asian attacks. Yahweh never chose the Asian man to be the rod of correction and punishment against his chosen people for worshiping other gods, for turning their backs on his laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments. He chose the so-called white man, the children of the colonialists, the Grecians. Some people call them Esau. You know who I'm talking about. Yes, there is scripture that speaks about nations will be confederate against us. That's true. But Yahweh specifically chose one group of people to be the rod of correction and punishment for us. And during the time when black men and black women were getting beat up in nail shops and stores and salons, I said there will be retribution for that. Now you have this going on. Nothing is by accident. Everything happens for a reason. So if you really pay attention to what's going on today, you'll see a lot of so-called white people attacking Asians. And as you see here in this particular photo shot that I did, Asian Americans urge hate crime charge in Atlanta massage parlor shooting. And believe it or not, until you decide to call out the mainstream media and the criminal justice system for the fact that every time a so-called white person attacks an Asian person, it's not a hate crime. It's just an assault. But if it's a black person, like the one they show over and over with the young brother who pushed the elderly Asian man in the back and took off running, he wasn't even trying to kill him, but he died. Yes, that is incorrect. There's no excuse for that. But here you have in Georgia, this man targeted 6 Asian women, but yet it's not called a hate crime. Even had the sheriff saying he had a bad day. So it's up to the Asian community on social media and the mainstream media to call out the fact that every time it's a white American, it's not a hate crime. But you specifically call it a hate crime when it is the so-called black man. It is being flipped on you. You're being judged for that. You look at this particular video on YouTube. Now here, this elderly Asian woman actually fought back, but she was attacked by a white American. And this is becoming more and more increasing. The more they try to spin the narrative that there's a war with the black community against Asian population, the more Yahweh is going to show you who your real enemy is. And you're to call him out as such. And if you can't do that, it's never going to stop or be called a hate crime. People don't really understand that we are in the last days, and nation would be against nation, mother against daughter, father against son, son against daughter, father against mother. All of these things are taking place. But we're in the last days. This is judgment season. Let's go to scripture and find out. So, obviously, the so-called white man, he is going to get his, no doubt. How do we know that? This is Abraham being spoke to by Yahweh. And he said unto Abram, know for a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. That's us. And also that nation whom they serve will I judge, and afterwards they shall come out with great substance. This is the so-called white man, the descendant of your slave masters, against us because what our ancestors failed to do. But the Asian man, which some people call Moab, Yahweh didn't choose him as the rod of correction for our ancestors disobeying. So you're getting your judgment early. Don't worry. Everybody's going to get it. He's saving the children of our slave masters for last. And you go to Revelations 13 and 10, we're going to review it. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth by the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints. So everyone is going to get their judgment. If you killeth by the sword, you will be killed by the sword. If you leadeth into captivity, who was that? That was the so-called white man. So for the Asian community, you're going to have to do one or two or a few things. Right now, you're going to have to make it very clear that these attacks against us is not just one group of people, and you're going to have to call them out. And you're going to have to stand for righteousness. But you are being judged, as I predicted. You are being judged. I said it a year ago. And now you have the rise of attacks against you by the dominant society. You know, this video, I didn't intend for it to be very long. I just wanted to speak about it. There's a reason why this is happening. Everything that revolves around the world of man is controlled by the Creator, YAHWEH, Yahweh. It is divine judgment. When people are being killed, when people are being punished, it is divine judgment. This is Black Gods of Yahweh Media. I want to say again, Shabbat Shalom. Have a blessed and wonderful day.